Hello there and welcome to the shed. It's your new glasses. What are you thinking, eh? Well, they do help me see a little bit better, and that's a good thing. So we're going to talk about today. So today we're going to talk about the Premier League and who's going to go next then. Which manager is due to leave their clubs next? So we're going to have a look from top to bottom. We've got the 20 teams there. Well, they start at the top then. Pep Guardiola. Wow, what a job he is doing at the moment, getting City back to their awesome best. When City are playing at the best, they're probably the best team in Europe to watch. You can argue, in the past you've had the Barcelona team, which of course, when they were the best team to watch in the world, Pep was manager. So there you are. By him staying at City, does that mean that in the Premier League we could next season possibly have a Lionel Messi going to Man City? Well, it looks like he's going to leave Barcelona, and to be fair, you can't blame him. Barcelona aren't exactly the exciting team that they once were. Then we've got Man United. Well, a few months ago, Ollie's head was on the line. Everyone was saying, let's get rid of Ollie. He's not good enough. He's not to the standard of United. Fergie had 4 years. You've got to give him time, give him a couple more windows. When you look at United now, they got Bruno, who is arguably one of the best central midfielders in Europe. There's no arguably about that, to be fair. He is. McTominay's coming on and he's looking good. Do need to strengthen at the back, in my opinion. They could also do with a centre forward because, let's be fair, Martial isn't really a centre forward. But then you look at Man City, they sort of play regularly without a centre forward. So we'll see. Then we've got Leicester on the same points as United. Well, Brendan Rodgers is definitely getting them going. People did say, he's leaving. He's leaving Celtic to come to Leicester. Why would you do that? Celtic are a bigger team. Celtic are a bigger team, but in a lesser league, shall we say. When you look at British teams, Celtic and Rangers are definitely up there in the big boys category. They don't have the money that our Premier League has, but as a status, yeah, Rangers and Celtic would quite easily and comfortably fit into our Premier League, and they would bring the gates. And given the money that they would receive in our league, it wouldn't take them too long before they were winning our league or getting close. You can argue against that if you like, but that's the thing. If they were in the English league, they would be able to attract the sort of players that the Chelseas and the Spurs and the Man Cities and the Liverpools can attract. They probably wouldn't have sold Virgil van Dijk to Southampton when they did. And they would then have the best centre-back, albeit he's crooked and injured at the moment, but on his day, arguably the best centre-back in the world. Then we got West Ham. Well, think back to when David Moyes was at Man United. Everyone was criticising him. I don't think you can criticise how West Ham are doing this season. They're fourth, they're the top team in London at the moment, and when you've got Chelsea, Spurs and Arsenal as that, let's not say, we've also got Palace in there as well. No disrespect to them. Chelsea, well, they've just changed manager, so he's not likely to be going anywhere soon. They're strong at the back. Are they the most exciting team to watch? No, but have Chelsea ever really been an exciting team to watch? Going back to the early days of Mourinho, yeah, they were effective. Give them that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're exciting. Then we got Liverpool. Well, I'm sort of, saying, yeah, Klopp could be. And there are Liverpool fans. I listen to radio shows and there are Liverpool fans who are saying he's got to go. One of them actually said he goes, Kenny comes in to the end of the season, then we get Gerrard after he wins the title. But who's to say, yeah, okay, I get that Steven Gerrard is a Liverpool legend. didn't really win any big prizes apart from the Champions League with them. You know, they came close a couple of times in the Premier League, but Steven Gerrard, you know, he's playing his trade in Scotland. No disrespect to Scotland. There's two leagues there, two teams there. One of them's flopped this season, and the other one's picked up the baton. Everton, well, yeah, Ancelotti is a world-class manager. We know that from his times in, Madrid and Italy and at Chelsea. So no surprise they're doing well. Villa, well, they're probably the most improved team of the year. Last season should have been relegated really if the goal line technology had properly worked. They lost to Sheffield United last season. They ended up getting a draw because it didn't notice that the ball had ever so slightly gone over the line. Then we've got Spurs. Well, if they're going to sack Poch for how he was performing, what can you say, Jose? It's got to be cut soon, hasn't it? Surely. What's the plan there? Then we've got we've then got Leeds. Well, Bielsa does play some outstanding football. Let's be fair. Whether you wouldn't want him as your defensive coach, but you'd certainly want him as your offensive coach. But Leeds are certainly an exciting team to watch this season, and from what I hear over the last few seasons. Arsenal, well, depends which Arsenal fan you ask, I suppose. But they are in low mid-table. You're looking at it, they are, 9 points off Chelsea. Are they going to catch them? I don't think so. Wolves, well, they're not as good this season. They've lost Jimenez, obviously, through that injury. They're just not as effective. So, their manager, possibly, I don't feel that they should. I think they should allow him time to rebuild, but you just never know. Palace, well, they're not the most exciting team in the world, are they? I don't think they will get rid of Roy until the end of the season, and then possibly it will be time to look for someone, get some fresh blood in there and some fresh ideas, because they're okay, aren't they? But you don't exactly think, oh good, Crystal Palace are playing, must put that one on. Then you've got Southampton. Now, obviously, those of you who know me, I'm a Pompey fan, which is the local rivals of Southampton. But putting rivalry apart, Ralph is a great manager, and he has totally improved Southampton over the last couple of years. But in 16 months, they have lost 9-0 twice. Don't know if I've mentioned that, but I have. But they are on a bad run. 1 point in 8 games is relegation time, almost. When you have a look at the league, they are on 30 points, and Fulham, who are in the bottom 3, are only 8 points behind. For me personally, as a football fan, I would say Ralph should stay. I mean that. But from a business point of view, which, let's be fair, that's what football is nowadays, you've got to start thinking, is it time to get someone else in? But then who do you get in? And how can you guarantee that whoever you get in are going to actually improve the team enough? But, that is for the powers that be. Burnley, well, Burnley are what Burnley are. To be fair, they often say if we end up 17th each season, it's a good season. They're not a pretty team to watch, but they are pretty tough to beat. You don't get too many teams thumping Burnley unless you're Man City. Then you got Brighton. Well, Brighton again, on their day, they're a good team. They've beaten Liverpool this season at Anfield. Who hasn't? But they are 4 points off relegation. They need to start getting a few wins on a trot. Otherwise, they could go down. So where are they? They are 6 points behind Crystal Palace, their so-called rivals. Then you got Newcastle. Well, when they're winning, you don't hear from them. As soon as they lose, Steve Bruce is the worst manager, and their chairman should, well, I'll let you finish that one. They're not a fan, shall we say. Then you go into the relegation zone. Well, Fulham, what are they expecting? They do have a good manager. In my opinion, they should stick with him, even if they go down. Let him see if he can bring them back up, and then go from there. I do like him, and I think he's a good manager. Can't think of his name at the moment. Then we got Big Sam at West Brom. Is it really working? Is it? They are, 11 points off safety with 25 games played. So they got 13 games to go. Wow. Doesn't look like they're going to do it, does it? And then Sheffield United, again, they are a good team. They have tried stuff. Personally, I would stick with your manager, see if he can bring you up. Do sort of like what Sean Dyche done at Burnley. Come back stronger, get a few new players in maybe. You might lose a few, but build on the structure that you've got. You've got a manager with good ideas there. And see what happens. I did notice today Neil Lennon has left Celtic. It's no real surprise there. Celtic went, what was it? They won 3 triples on the trot because they've won the FA Cup, the League Cup, and the league for the last 3 times. They've won 9 league titles on the trot. So they're not exactly, struggling for silverware there. But this season, just got to ride it off. Every now and again, you're not going to win every game. And what makes you strong is accepting that sometimes we're going to lose and other times we're going to win. Anyway, that's my little Premier League review today. Tell me what you think. Who do you think will be the next managers to leave? Who do you think, if they do leave, if you're a fan of the club, say for example, I don't know, let's say Ralph was to leave Southampton, who would you want in to replace him? Who is available now that could do a better job than Ralph or Klopp? Anyway, that'll do for now. Hope you stuck to the end. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. And I'll see you soon. See you, pals.